Hi, I'm Jonathan Villegas. I'm the writer, director, and creator of Midnight Bite. This was such an awesome tale to bring to life, and I'm very proud of what we were able to accomplish. If you guys haven't seen the movie already, link below, go check it out, and then tune back into this. This video, I will be talking about the making of Midnight Bite. A little backstory is that this was a two-man project. So myself and then my cameraman, who also sat with me while I did most of the editing. When I came up with the idea for Midnight Bite, I was at Dana Rock Park, which was where we ended up shooting the park scenes in the film. It was near the house I was living at the time, and I was with a friend that night. And I remember looking out at the park, and all of the orange lights that it had just had this ominous feeling. And I just remember looking at my friend and be like, what if someone was like hanging out at the park and something came tumbling down the hill and attacked them? And that's what created the idea.
Oh shit!
After that, I couldn't get this idea out of my head, and I knew I wanted to do something with it. And I remember that when I was coming up with the story, there was really one person I had in mind that I wanted to work with and be the werewolf. And that was Miss Erica Wilhelm, who I had worked with previously at my first college project at SAE Expressions. And that film was Redemption, where she played my character's love interest. And after that, that time with her, befriending her, she was just such a phenomenal person to be around and such a great energy that I thought she could really bring something out of this character. And I didn't really have anyone else in mind. I was like, there was one person that I wanted, and that was her. And so I called her one day, and I went over the idea of what I had, and she loved it, and she was ready to do it. She was ready to work with me again, and I was very excited because it was the beginning of this story coming to life. Once I had my story figured out, I ended up getting to casting, and I am so happy and proud of the cast members and all the hard work that they put in, and I'm very grateful that I had this opportunity to work with them all because they each had such an unique talent and energy about themselves and what they brought to each character, and it worked really well for me when I was reviewing all of the audition tapes, and I knew right off the bat like who it is I wanted, and I did my best to make it work. There was a lot of things that I unfortunately had to cut out of the film that I thought would have been a lot of fun, and that's just different scenarios of like the deaths and just different things that were happening. I intended there to be two werewolves originally, but with the time restraints, I ended up only going with one.
Jesus Christ.
When I was developing the scenes for the film and a lot of the kill scenes, a lot of the times it would play in my head as a movie and I could see it vividly. And what I would do is I would storyboard and draw each of those scenarios out, and that gave me a template to base all of the angles and shots of how I wanted to go through and pull off each kill. And the film was heavily inspired by An American Werewolf in London by John Landis, which is one of my all-time favorite werewolf movies. And it definitely helped inspire me for the quadruped versus the bipedal werewolf. There was just something about this massive dog being kind of a little more realistic to me and ferocious that it seemed a lot more fun to mess with.
Big ass dog.
I had originally planned on building a actual like big werewolf puppet that I would use like I had done for a raptor in a previous film for Code 19. And unfortunately with the time I couldn't make it work with how much I already had on my plate. So what I had done was that I had the pretty much torso, arms, and head of the wolf. And every time you saw the wolf, it was an intense close-up to hide the back end. And anytime you saw the wolf in its full body, it was from a distance, so that way you couldn't really tell that the back end was missing. And I think that really worked to my advantage. I definitely took some inspiration from Jaws on that one, where when you don't show the wolf too much, but when you do, it really counts. With that all being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and that if you guys like, comment, subscribe, it really does go a long way for myself as a creator, and I do appreciate it all. And I hope that you guys will keep following me through my career as a filmmaker, and hope that you guys will be as anticipating my next project as much as I am. But until then, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your guys' year, and stay good, people.